Good morning and welcome to the Nkumba. I am Ahere Lydia, and yeah, today in the studio we have a guest, and guess what? We are going to be hosting our guest together with,
of course, the usual suspect Habato here in studio. And today we have Musemeza Jonah, a senior student from the School of Social Sciences, and is here to give us an insight on politics of school here, basically politics of Nkumba University.
Yeah. So we are going to be talking about the political landscape of Nkumba University. As viewers, we mostly expect the Nkumba students watching us right now. You would like to know what is the political situation in Nkumba University from the past and even up to now. So, Jonah, you're welcome in the studio.
Yes, thank you for having me. Nkumba Yes, I got really intrigued by the work you are doing. And it's perfect.
Okay. We appreciate.
We appreciate. So, would you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes.
Like to get to know you?
I'm Jonah Musemeza, the senior student belonging to the School of Social Sciences.
Which course are you doing?
A great one, Public Administration and Management.
What do you know about the political landscape of Nkumba University?
What people need to know, especially those who have just joined us, is that the political culture in our institution, it's not an active one.
Yeah.
We can choose to describe it as parochial or even passive, based on the circumstances. How do I justify that? In most cases, whenever we conduct elections, you find that the turn-up is very low.
Yeah.
So, which is a signal that students are not that, having a spirit to participate fully.
But have you been voting? I know now you're in your second year, right?
I have voted, and me, I'm always active in politics. I've been a man who follows the politics. Only that the politics of Nkumba, I think it's more of a calm one. I would say it's a calm political environment. It's not that so tense like other places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is why you say that it is not that passive.
Yeah, it is that passive. Or even parochial. Some people know there is voting, but they do not have why should I go and vote? Okay. They have no reason.
Do you think that it's because the university hasn't put more energy into motivating the students to come and vote and even be part of the elections and campaigns?
I would not say the university, because university, what do you mean? University administration, because when we talk of the university, it is a broader spectrum. From the administration then down to us students, but in most cases
I'm talking about the ones in charge of the university, and that has to be like the administration.
Okay. To me, I believe the university performs its duty in terms of facilitation, finance, etc. But when it comes to this, then the blame goes to the students, especially those governments that we have had in the past. Yes. For example, it was, I think, the 2012 government by Rona Ruranga. I happen to have met that lady somewhere contesting
in
Kazo.
Contestants in
Kazo, woman MP. So she was such perfect here, 2012. The guild. So, and she performed wonders. Then if you even have time, you can move around. These are our lecture rooms. You shall be able to note there are this podium on which lecturers can stand. So those ones belong to the government that was there 2012, 2021, 2022. So but from then nothing these other governments have done. Maybe a government I can literally credit, it is that of President Emeritus Kangave Musaz. At least he hit the ground. But this one of Kasimba and This one, the 31st Guild government, not really.
But then, Wamba Habad, you comment about that. Do you think the past governments have done something? With the time you have spent here.
This is my second government I'm with.
So I've only seen two.
I've seen two governments, but it depends on what you expect the government to do for you. Me personally, I feel like the first government I got, they did something. They really tried their best.
He was called
The Kasimba government, yes, Kasimba no government. They did something. Though not so
if
much.
I am asked to comment about that government,
they did.
Even I didn't know the guild president in my first year. Like you could never tell who he is.
The reality is he was a very rare person, but he had his vice president who was always there on ground.
Who?
There was this lady who was doing law. I've forgotten her name.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I think she graduated. She must be graduating this year. She graduated last year.
Okay.
Herbert.
Yes, please.
And Lydia, there is something you talked about. It depends from what you're expecting of the government.
Yeah.
So we understand that the guild government is supposed to, to be in the stewardship of the students' welfare. Talk of things to do with the Wi-Fi, things to do with, lecture rooms, talk of things, very many things.
Tuition and so on.
Policies that is surely matter when it comes to student welfare. So, but when you look at what this government has so far done on the scorecard, you cannot even give them a 10%. Only that what this government has been so much sound of, it is more tyrannical in a manner that when this president was inaugurated, he had to choose a cabinet for which to work with. But from not even a week past, we saw the welfare minister sacked himself. We call it sacking. Actually declined from the position. Stepped down. That is Shine from Sedu. So then of recent, actually last week, we saw the vice president tendering in the resignation. So what does that mean? It means that this government has not done anything positive.
Could that be originating from dictatorship? Maybe because I feel like maybe those people are stepping down because maybe the person on top is not working with them.
Absolutely. Yes. So and now to be a good leader, you need to shape. You need to identify people's potential, support them in the line of leadership. But if you choose to, work alone, you appoint me as a minister, then at the same time you want...
has failed to meet. What were the expectations you had of them? At least not 3. So that we be sure that they have not done their best. Yeah.
So if I heard you well, these things are evident. When you look at the bandwidth of our Wi-Fi, not so, you find that you can move around and you never see any Wi-Fi connect here. And yet we are paying the functional fees. So when we go to the side of the academic support, we are supposed to be presenting, having, pedagogies like the projectors, But how many times have you guys held a presentation and you're using these projectors? 0.
We have had projectors in Bosa's lectures.
Only once.
Yeah.
That is research methods?
Yeah.
So, but other lectures, not at all. Let's also continue. We look at the sockets. Sockets in the building, in the lecture rooms. Are they there? Then there we ask, what can really appetize someone to keep within the terrains of the school? When you look at these seats on different parliaments for culture, whatever,
yes.
Those associations. The research I made shows that those seats were installed by the government of Rona.
Wow.
You get it? Not even the dustbins in these, lecture rooms like Chintu.
Wait. Okay.
You get it?
What I want to know, the guild government, the guild office always has a budget. and maybe that they have been able to do some other stuff. We have seen the Mr. and Miss Nkumba, we have seen a health clinic, and even he bought is it a van for the
girl
leaders?
van, yes.
Yeah. So what if the budget they had was able to fit in only those things, like maybe it is supposed to be on the university administration,
or maybe it was their priority, like their agenda of coming to
because
government.
they might not be able to do everything.
Well, we recognize the fact that you cannot do everything. But truth be told, all governments have been crying over not being funded. But this government has been lucky in a way that the administration has been supportive.
What is the evidence to show that it has been supportive?
You get it? There is this aspect of political patronage. Administration has brought so has brought so, the school has brought so.
Yeah,
Then
that
also
thing happened last
there is
time, by the way.
I also want these people to look at who are in my circles,
Okay.
my camp, who is there. For example, you might find that someone who is a sitting president is trying to campaign for a candidate. You get it? That would be very bad.
Yeah.
And please, if you're a candidate, you are there, it be Martin, it be Clinton or Makumai, and you have that patronage, please chase out from your camps, because they have not performed, and it would be sending signals that you are going to act like them.
Yeah.
Then the other thing I can give this aspirant as a recipe is that they must hit the ground.
Okay.
You get it? Here, politics here is defined by how are you on good terms with the individuals. Do you shake their hands?
Yeah.
You get
Shouldn't
it?
have pride.
You should not have pride.
But how can you be a politician and you're proud? You have to calm down on her.
Yeah, we usually see students complain that people have pride, they pass them by, they don't talk to them. So
Then also, for the time I have been here, and especially in this politics, this seat for guild presidency has been, rotating, and how can I define it? Evolves. I continue to tell these students, especially those who are from my school, Martin and Clinton, they still have an upper hand of taking this.
yeah.
Okay. However, it shall depend on how they are strategic.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jonah. Thank you so much, our viewers, for watching us today. I think you have had the knowledge and wisdom coming from Jonah today. We are glad to host you on the show today.
Yes, the senior student.
Yeah, so
Yes.
shout outs to our camera person today, Anisha. And thank you for commenting, thank you for liking and sharing. We are going to be bringing you more information, we are going to keep you updated. I promise you that. So have a nice good morning and a good day. Please turn up to vote for your candidate because you really needed to. Thank you.